Hey guys, Andy here, and here to bring you all things Monday to makeup related. That's your vibe. I'd love it if you would subscribe to be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, I'm bringing you my June update to the Beauty A to Z Project Pan. So if you want to see all of the progress that we've made on my remaining items and the goals that we have met, then let's go ahead and just get on into it. If you have not been keeping up with this project, it was created by Jessica and Amanda and is a Pantastic Ladies Collab. All the pertinent details are always listed in the description box down below. This goes from January 1st to December 1st of this year, and you were just to connect a product to every letter of the alphabet. And generally for like the harder letters, Q, X, and Z, the letter just needs to be like somewhere in the product, which I had to do that for one or two of the items, so you'll see. But just collection-specific goals. So let's get into it. I did not get out the highlighter of justice. So first, we have for A, that was the ABH stick. It's a highlighter, but it's in the shade Banana, so I was using it as a foundation. I had a 25 use goal, and I did use it 3 times in April. I decluttered it on April 30th. The shade wasn't horrible. Like, objectively, wasn't horrible, but I didn't love it. It was a little yellow. It is a banana shade. And I run a more cool pinky rosy. So it wasn't the best. And the formula was the issue for me. It was very thick. It tugged. I had to work in the smallest sections ever to blend it out, and I didn't like it. I ended up using it a total of 18 times, so I was very close to meeting my 25 use goal, so I am counting it as a goal met, and I'm not going to roll something else in for the letter A, because, no offense, I'm over this project. Remind me next time I want to do this project that I just don't like it. I just don't. As far as weights go, because I actually weighed my products beforehand this time, you'll see them on the screen, but I want to start trying to talk about them as well. We went from 37 and 6.64 grams to 36.95 grams. So, we lost about half a gram, just over half a gram of product in those 3 uses because I have to use quite a bit of product. I wish I had the product still with me, or I had taken a photo to show you, and I do apologize for that. I need to be better about, if I'm decluttering something, to take a photo of it before I just get rid of it. But in total, we started the product at 39 grams. So I think, that was a pretty good usage for the letter A, and I'm sure you guys won't care that I'm counting that one as a goal met. For the letter B, that is the Beautiful Skin Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, and I had mine in the shade 2 Neutral. I used this 6 times in April and 3 times in May to empty this. Now, I know it looks like there's a bunch still at the bottom here, but, and I'm not going to do it because my hands hurt so bad. It has rained for the last, 4 days. And not just rained, but, thunderstormed really, really badly. And my hands they're slightly swollen and they hurt. But even before that, this stopped pumping. It is an airless pump. And I could not get it to pump. Oh, and it is. It is pumping. But I couldn't get it to pump anything out, and I said in my April update, the minute this starts sputtering or giving me trouble, that I was calling it an empty because I hated this foundation. It got to the point where I was hate panning it, and we don't do that here. So on May 3rd, I called this an empty. So I used this a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 34 times in the project. And we went from our May weight of 27.24 grams to the empty of 25.17 grams. So 2 whole grams of product gone in a month. But this started at 48 grams. So we lost a whole bunch of product in emptying this guy out. It was, I think I had only used it 2, maybe 3 times when I brought it into this project. So yes, even though there is this tiny little bit at the bottom, I'm very happy to call this an empty. And that is done. Very, very happy with that guy. I loved the formula, because I know I've said that before, but I did not like the color. So we're skipping all the way down to G, and that I had brought in was this K-Voss lipstick, and it's in the shade Gramercy. I have a 15 use goal on this guy, and I used it 5 times in May. So we're sitting at 9 out of 15 uses. This is the shade here. I am wearing it today mixed with a green, but it's just like a pinky nude. I really like the formula on this. It's actually a really nice lipstick. It went from 23 grams to 22.9, so we lost 1/10 of a gram. Or 0.1, 1/10. So not too bad, not too shabby if I do say so myself. When we roll it down, it's just now like inside the cap. So, really nice lipstick, really nice formula. Very happy to keep working on that guy. Then for H, we've gone through a lot of H products, but I had decided last month to roll in my Maybelline Poreless Jelly Primer to finish, and I used it 10 times in May, twice in April, so a total of 12 times to finish, and I finished it on May 15th. So this went from 36.24 grams to 19.21 grams at empty. I would not repurchase this. I was very happy to finish it and get it out. I just don't feel like it did anything. I didn't really feel like it blurred my pores. It didn't have that jelly sticky base. I don't really feel like it hydrated because I had 2% niacinamide. I just don't feel like it did much of anything. So I'm happy to have it out. And that is also an empty and a goal met. So H is done. Dun, 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 dun. Make that yellow. Let me turn my page here. And we gotta change some things because I said we would do that. So for I, we have the Il Makiage blush in the shade Bootylicious. That is what she looks like. I really do love this blush. I've used it twice in May. So we're sitting at 12 uses. I originally had a 50 use goal on this, but I said I would reassess in June, and here we are in June. I am dropping this down to a 25 use goal. We have been at 38 grams since the beginning because I really think it's because of the packaging, because this is a baked product. I honestly don't think it's ever going to change weight, but we are at 12, so we're about halfway there to our 25 use goal. Because I just don't think 50 uses, I think I was a little overzealous when I said I'm going to do 50 uses with how I use my products, how many projects I do, and things like that. So we're dropping that down to 25 uses, as well as the next product for J, which is the Jeffree Star Supreme Frost in Diamond Wet. This also had a 50 use goal, and I will be dropping this down to 25 uses. But I used this 3 times in May. I hope you guys can see I'm really focusing in on the center of the star here. But I've used this 15 times so far. So we went from 66.86 grams to 66.85 grams. So not really any movement, but that is okay. I am using it, and that's what matters, is that it is getting use. So then we drop all the way down to the letter P, and that is the Professional NYX Lingerie Lipstick. And I have a 25 use goal on this guy, which I thought about dropping it down, but what I would drop it down to is 15, and I've already got 16 uses on it. And I love this color, so we're keeping it at 25. I've used this 4 times in May, and like I said, we're sitting at 16 uses. This is just a beautiful, this is in the shade Unhooked, and it's just this beautiful cool toned, like grayish with a hint of purple. We went from 31 grams to 30.91. Loving it. Absolutely loving that lipstick. Then we're going to scoot all the way over to Tea, which now this one, I don't know what I want to do. So this is from Milani. It's in the shade Tease. That is all we have left. I no longer have the line markings on the cap, but we went from 25.48 grams to 25.36 grams, so I am, using it. I used it 4 times in May. I've used it a total of 21 times. Realistically, can I finish this by the time I want to call this project done? I don't know. Part of me wants to put a 25 use goal on it, and then I could just roll it into something else. It does still smell good. Because I feel like it's going to be the only thing left in this project. But I guess for now, and it's all the way down in there, I've used so much of this lipstick. I guess for now we can still keep it at a finish goal. If it's the last item I'm working on, then we're just going to call the project done, because that's silly. Then we go to V, which I have this Velvet Lip Liner from Hard Candy. It's their Mattaholic Velvet Mousse Lip Liner, which I would assume is just in the shade Red, because it doesn't have a shade on it. I have a 25 use goal on this, which I'm actually going to drop that down to 15 uses, because I don't wear reds. This is a really nice lip liner for, especially for a pencil, like an actual pencil lip liner. This is very nice, but I just don't wear reds, and I'm actually not even working on anything red. So I'm going to drop this down to 15 uses. I used it once in May, so we're sitting at 5. We are still sitting at 3.61 grams. We didn't change at all because I didn't sharpen this at all. So we're a third of the way there now. Then we have W, which is this Wet n Wild Hello Halo liquid highlighter in the shade Halo Graphic. I hope you can see that giant windowing there. I had a 25 use goal on this guy. I used it 6 times in May to hit my 25 use goal, because I had dropped it down from 50 uses to 25 uses way back when. So, hit my goal on this today. So, that is fantastic. We have another goal met. Love to see it. It went from 33.40 grams to 32.88 grams. I really love that liquid highlighter. I really, really do. I would love to get more in that formula, because I do think it's really pretty. Oop. Oop. Do the thing. Come on, tablet. Thank you. So then we have X, which for X I have my Natasha Denona Pastel Plexi, which there's an X in Plexi. And I have a 25 use goal. As you can see, I'm working right in the center there. And I've used it 5 times in May, which is wild. I'm at 15 out of 25 uses, so we're going to keep it at that 25 use goal. I honestly think I can hit pan on this within those 25 uses. We went from 54.36 grams to 54.3 grams, so pretty happy with that. I'm loving this highlighter. I really, really am. And last but certainly not least, we have Z, which is my Formula Z Duo Liner. But I'm specifically just working on this brown side, which is the shade Trailblazer. That is all we have left. I used it twice in May. I want to finish it. It went from 7.12 grams to 7 grams even. And it comes out now, so I can actually show you. That is all we have left of the liner. So, not too much. And honestly, I don't love the pinky side, so I think once I hit my goal with this, I'll probably declutter it. I thought about decluttering it now because I just don't love this formula. But I do really like the shade. Because I'm going to be going through my lip liners, you guys will be seeing my declutters coming up through June. If I decide to declutter this, I will put a little caption here showing you that, but otherwise, that is going to do it for my June update. We don't have a lot that we're left to work on, and I think I'm going to reevaluate for July on just ending the project there. I thought about ending it here this month, but I'm so close on some of my products that I just kind of want to really nip it and hit my goals on those. So we're going to reevaluate next month and just see how I feel about maybe ending the project there, because I'm not loving this one. Remind me to just not do this one again. And that's okay. Not every project is for everybody, and that is totally fine. But that is going to do it for my June update for Beauty A to Z. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.